But why are you sad?
Memories don't die. 2016's I Told You. Never really did a formal review of that album, unfortunately. It was just way too long, way too cumbersome, packed in with all of these unnecessary skits. Tory's inconsistent style, he just felt like a very focused group, part rapper, part singer, kind of an amalgamation of trendy styles and his contemporaries, obviously trying to shoot for the mainstream, but not really having that unique creative spark to maintain anyone's attention within it. What Tory mostly focuses on with this album are things like very breathy, bland, airy, gentrified dancehall. Occasionally, Tory is even singing on this album in this really, auto-tuned, very odd baby voice that doesn't even sound like him. Lyrics devolve into absolute trash, by the way. A bulk of this album actually kind of flows a lot like Drake's More Life playlist. Overall, this album is just as much musical wallpaper. It's actually kind of weird. Tory Lanez does not really seem all that shy about biting from Champagne Poppy on this record. It doesn't change the fact that songs like BBWW, as well as Benevolent, sound like Drake leftovers, like circa if you're reading this, it's too late. But there's some real lame-ass features on this thing, too. But to get back to the unoriginality of this album, the song Hate to Say actually features a beat and a flow that has appeared on a few different tracks that are at least a couple years old, because the beats do sound identical. They literally sound the same, and I'm not really sure if there could be a bigger acknowledgement of, yes, I've heard this song, and I'm basically going to copy it. Mostly this album is just really inoffensive, super smooth, bland pop rap. Some of his auto-tuned vocalizations on the track Bust It Down sound absolutely ridiculous. Might pull up on her block 7-3. Unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot of substance to this album on the whole, lyrically or instrumentally. For the most part, Tory's just trying to write bubblegum. You chew it up, you spit it out, and then you grab another piece of bubblegum, and that's it. But honestly, in this case, the chewing process is kind of over before the song's even done. So I'm feeling a light 3 on this thing. It's pretty plain. A lot of lame songs on here. It's unimaginative, and Tory is just so similar in so many ways to his contemporaries, I just fail to see the point of this album's existence. Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. And some people were pointing me toward a very peculiar similarity between a song on Tory's new album and an older track by the name of 3:30 a.m. written and recorded by an underground rapper who goes by the name of 6 Seconds. No, this is like literally the same beat. It's pretty much the same structure. It's the same emotional tone, almost the same flow. I really don't know what to do other than stand here and smile at just how ridiculously similar these tracks are, and how Tory could think he would just kind of get away with it in the internet age where everybody sees and hears everything. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, I can't say I'm necessarily disappointed, because Tory, to me, has always come off as a painfully unoriginal artist and a guy who doesn't really have a sound and a style of his own. And I feel like this song only contributes to that fact, to that grim reality, because dude needs to basically grab ideas from underground rappers that he thinks nobody is going to sort of find out about or hear about, and just sort of put them on his own record. Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you are doing well. Doing this video to let you know a few things. One, I am not, absolutely am not, under any circumstance, reviewing formally the new Tory Lanez album. Not gonna happen. Sorry, I apologize. No. Yes, so Tory Lanez did basically decide to bullshit us for an entire hour with this record. Then also, to get the music on this record out of the way, there's not really a whole lot to the music on this record, because as usual, Tory Lanez is as derivative as he's always been. There's tracks on this thing that sound like Meek Mill ripoffs, there are tracks on this thing that sound like Weeknd ripoffs, and there are multiple tracks and verses on this thing that just sound like Drake ripoffs, because Tory has been a Drake offshoot for years. Why would that change on this new record? It hasn't. He is as unoriginal and as uninteresting sonically as he's ever been. Then to move on to the content here, it sucks. It's not informative. It really gives us nothing whatsoever. In critiquing his decision to tease toward this album in the way that he did and release this album, I got a lot of kickback from people saying, Anthony, don't you want to hear his side of the story? Don't you want to hear the Tory story? Well, the issue is that when you listen to all 17 tracks of this garbage, there is no Tory story. But why would you tease toward this album where you tell your side of the story, you break your silence, and then you proceed to not tell anybody anything about fucking anything? How could you identify me if I was shooting you from behind? Oh, the Illuminati's after me. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Isn't it interesting that all this would happen to me as soon as I get my master's back? And now that I own my master's, now everybody wants a piece of me and everybody's trying to take me down. Bro, nobody is fighting to own the Tory Lanez masters. If I had that shit, I would pay you to take it off of my hands. I don't want that. I'm being removed off of people's songs as a result of all of this. Cancel culture, cancel culture, cancel culture. Basically blaming everyone and anything for his actions other than himself. And when he does allude to his actions, he refers to them as just like kind of a mistake or what I did was whack. Yeah, if what Megan says is true or even half true, I would say it's pretty fucking whack. He goes into being at Kylie Jenner's place and finding her attractive, and she's looking like an angel, looking like a baby in a manger, which is a really weird freaking way of saying you're attracted to somebody, but whatever. But yes, making accusations on his side that Megan was tripping over him being so attracted to Kylie Jenner, and how would he know? They were never a thing, but simultaneously, oh, I love you, I want you back. We used to watch your favorite anime. Bro, all I'm trying to know when I go into this trash is Tory's side of the story is we were in love. She was tripping because I thought someone else was hot. I made some mistakes. Illuminati, cancel culture, whole world hates me. It's not fair. Then he tries to back end this record with some slow jams, some semi-woke tracks, and a really shitty inspirational message about, oh, I want to be inspiring people about if they get lots of negative comments, they can get through it just like me. I want to be there to inspire those people. He just packs this album with bullshit that is unrelated, not important, or would make him seem like a sympathetic character in the eyes of morons who are not thinking about any of this critically. Even though he literally admits what he did do, for as little as he acknowledges it, it was whack, and simultaneously there are already headlines of him having apologized to Megan for what? I wonder. Look, again, at the end of the day, this record, it's a crock of shit, and I'm not about to BS you by letting you feel like I'm going to critique it or it should be critiqued from the standpoint of a musical album, an art piece, because it's not an art piece. It's just one long-winded attempt by Tory to cover his ass and make people think about him in a different way or overlook his actions or the allegations against him. We've seen this play before, and we know where it goes. It's a crock of fucking shit, and I think we can just leave it at that. Record, message, trash, music, mediocre, not special at all. Screw this record, screw Tory. I personally may not know everything that went down that night that he stands accused of doing what he did, but I feel like I don't really need to at this point. I've been lied to before. I've been gaslit before. I know when it's happening to me. Doesn't matter if it's happening over a fucking beat. That's it. Those are my thoughts. Those are my feelings. I'm on to other things.